Hello, Leo, and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader here with your tarot reading for April the 20th through the 26th. I have done a separate video for the astrology. The link will be in the show more section below in the description box, so click on that if you would like to know more details about the celestial sky this week. And because it was so intense and so powerful and so much going on that I had to do a separate video, or these videos would have been way too long. Okay, this is for Leo. Leo, what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Leo for April the 20th through the 26th? 3 cards for April, please. 1, 2, and where's the third? Oh, 10 fell out there. Not one was up, so one more card for Leo, please. There it is. Oh, there's definite crossover here, Leo. So do check out your sun, moon, and rising. You will definitely see crossover and some similarities there. All right. Oh, that wasn't a very good shuffle. These are your clarifying cards. So what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Leo? Oh, and Leo, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you are subscribed, because YouTube apparently has been knocking people off their subscriptions. So just please check. Oh, and hit the bell so you know when I'm going live or when I'm uploading a new video. Okay, these are clarifying cards. I'm feeling this energy. Please clarify the 7 of Wands. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Leo through these clarifying cards? Let's clarify the 7 of Wands. There it is. Please clarify the 6. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Yes, definite. Oh, it's so interesting. It's one card that's come up for nearly every reading. And please clarify. There it is. Okay. Leo. The first card out for you is the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is all about coming from a higher perspective. It's definitely about, it can be about conflict. It can be about, arguing with people. But it's one of those arguments where you mustn't compromise your values. So don't go with the group. Don't be a sheep. Stick truth. It's like stand your ground, but come from a higher perspective. So be diplomatic, be kind, but be firm. And tell people no. I always use a jury as the I'm just thinking about this documentary that I saw the other day, and it's really interesting. It's the Menendez Brothers, right? I saw it on, I don't know if it was Netflix or perhaps it was Amazon Prime. But what was really interesting, this card, I thought about this card because there were TV movies, there's several movies that were made about those two guys, and they are so wrong. And when you see this documentary, you really see another side. You really see the other side. And the first, I'm saying that because the first trial, the women kind of held out for the men, right? The women kind of really saw through to the truth, and the men didn't want to see it. And it's really interesting because it was 30 years ago, right? 20 or 30 years ago, something like that. So I say all that because this, I always think of a jury when this card comes up. So say you've got, you're in the jury, and it's been a long, arduous, lots of evidence has been presented, and you're in deliberations, and it's coming to Friday night, and you don't want to be sequestered, and neither does anybody else. Nobody wants to be sequestered, and so they're just going, yeah, guilty, guilty, guilty. But and it's tempting to do that because there's some evidence there that kind of points to this person being guilty, but really in your heart of hearts there's a doubt, and and you can see another point of view, and this is where you need to hold your ground, kind of thing, for others and for yourself too. You might be in a position that you've got to fight for yourself. And interestingly enough, because I've gone on about the jury, don't go with the group, don't succumb to peer pressure. Now, clarifying this is the Ten of Wands, right? And the Ten of Wands is all about dropping some responsibilities, delegating, and the Ten of Wands can be like control issues. No, I've got to do it. Yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. And you need to say no. So there's somewhere along here. It's so funny because they're both wands, right? Somewhere along here, you have to say no instead of yes. Don't feel pressured into doing something that you're not kind of comfortable with, or that you really can't manage. You don't have the time, or you don't have the inclination, or you don't have the knowledge to do it. Don't lie to yourself or to others. Don't compromise your values. Say no. No means no, right? Because you'll feel it's one of those situations where you may feel obliged to say yes and to do something that's, like I have, for instance, a friend of mine was furloughed, and the manager, who was not furloughed and is on full pay, kept calling and kept saying, let's have a meeting and let's do, well, you're not supposed to do that in furlough. You're not allowed. You don't have to feel pressured to show up. First of all, this manager has no right to ask anyone to do that. I mean, it's against the labor laws. So this person had to point that out, that it was against the labor laws, and that they don't have to answer the phone, they don't have to answer an email, they don't have to show up for meetings. They're not getting paid. Why should they do that, right? So it's about standing your ground for what you know is right in your heart, whether it be for someone else or whether it be for you. Now, the next card out for you is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups, look, this is about kind of living in the past a bit and saying, oh, I remember those days when we could hug and get together and dance and sing. And it's so funny. It even seems strange when you're watching a television program and you're like, oh my God, there's too many people there together. I mean, our conscious is changing. Our views on life we'll never look at life the same again. We won't, not after this pandemic. So this is about being in the past. It's about lamenting. It can be, thinking that, wow, it was such an innocent time back then. And the temptation to be in this place is, immense. But it can bring us into a place of disillusionment and depression when we spend too much. It's okay to visit the past, but don't stay there, right? So, that's all I'm going to say. It's okay to visit, but don't stay there. Now, that's interesting, because clarifying this is the Justice card. And the Justice card is all, it's restriction. It's like Saturn, right? So it's like focus, don't be here too much. This is about making decisions for the right reason. Don't take any shortcuts. If you're tempted to lie, cheat, or steal, don't. Be on the straight and narrow, because this is very karmic, the Justice card, and it is saying, don't do anything underhanded this week. It's really important. You'd get caught perhaps, or you'd get called out on it. It's not, don't do it. Leo, do not resist the urge. And this can also mean that some arbitrary decision is coming down for you in your favor. And it's interesting. It's perhaps something from the past that you've been waiting for, maybe even forgotten, or, maybe you applied for an apartment back in the day and it came up for you, or you might have applied for a job and they've contacted you and they've said, there's a delay. I mean, you could have perhaps, they may decide not to hire you. It depends on whether you've worked, what work you've put in, the footwork that you've put in, and because this is karmic, right? So it goes in your favor if you've done everything right and you've put the work in place, and if you haven't, then it won't. So I mean, I just think that something from the past is coming up. Yeah, something from the past is coming up. Maybe you're getting money from something that happened a long time ago. There's some kind of connection that something from the past is coming up, and it's usually something to do with litigation with this. It can be, that's something you'll know, because it's going to come up for you. You're going to see it, and it's probably going to be from the past, because the Six of Cups is emotions from the past. Now, the next card out for you is the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is celebratory. Now, this has come up for a lot of, this has come up, the Justice card and the Three of Cups. This is about celebrating the magic in every moment. It's about, don't forget to have fun, because we are stuck in this, and we can look at this in two ways. We can be like, oh my God, I'm restricted, I'm stuck in, I'm going crazy, I can't do it. Or we can enjoy it, and we can make the most of it and make funny videos or funny memes, or be creative, or catch up on reading or learning something. Right? Expanding, threes expansion, expand, social, virtual parties, connecting with friends virtually, on FaceTime or Zoom or whatever it is. It's so interesting, because my life really hasn't changed. I spend a lot of time at home. I work from home, right? But I'm more connected to people than ever, because everyone's at home, so they're all calling me. I can't get anything done. I mean, apart from the fact that I was ill for 3 weeks, probably, well, I had the symptoms of the the coronavirus, but I couldn't get a test. So I can neither confirm nor deny that I had COVID-19. But I survived. Hey, hey. Now, clarifying, the Three of Cups is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is like being in your head and the worst case scenario. It's worry, it's fear, and it's not surprising. You should check out the astrological report, because Pluto is going retrograde. It is, at the same time it's going retrograde, it is right next to Jupiter, so it's conjunct Jupiter, and also squaring Mercury. That is fear of dying. People are so afraid. Fear of dying, fear of not being able to survive this, not having enough money, not having enough food, not having, can't pay the bills. Listen, stop. Worrying will not solve anything. all it will do is make you ill, stress you out, and maybe, you know, you might get the virus from the stress. The Three of Cups is about celebrating and enjoying every moment, seeing the joy and the magic in every moment. And the Nine of Swords is just fantasy that causes anxiety and stress and fear and depression and sleepless nights. It's a waste of energy, darling. If you're going to think about something, brainstorm, right? But I'm telling everyone, if you meditate, you'll get the downloads and you'll have those brilliant ideas that you can put into action. But this is important to quieten that monkey brain, darling. Shut it down. Come out of that rabbit hole. Start with little things to be grateful for. You know, the little things. You know, stay in the haves as the have-nots. Look for every light, silver lining. And look for the joy in every moment. Because we need to raise our vibration. We need to raise the planet's vibration. Listen, the one amazing thing that's happened is that the planet is coming back alive. I'm just, you know, I'm terrified for it, for when it, you know, goes back. I'm terrified when we all start going out and, you know, driving more and, you know, I mean, it's really lovely to see how quickly this planet is recovering. I mean, really, when you think about it, it's amazing. All the damage we do daily, and it really reverses quite quickly. So Leo, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And please make sure that you have subscribed. As I said before, the subscriptions keep falling off. And hit that bell for notifications. That also helps with the algorithms and gets me up there and more and seen more. So thank you guys. Mwah. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.